Well, hello again everyone, Clint Boone along with Darren Polish, and we're back again at our control room for our third week, here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tulsa. Partner, what do you think about last week?
Well, Mr. Boone, what happened last week is that there was a tiny pinwheel right at dead center, and the guy that works at the casino said that Mr. Pinwheel needs to go to CVS, and I think that would be a good idea just from now on.
So partner NBC Productions told me earlier this morning that there will be a live show coming sometime next month, so remember, get some rest, and that night you will see us standing right in front of the stage.
Well, Mr. Boone, the only live show that I know of is Disney on Ice, since I am a huge fan of it, so you always know when a Disney on Ice show comes to your city.
Disney on Ice.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily, and I will be your host today.
So with that, partner, let's get this third episode started with, oh my gosh, Wheel of Fortune, Mr. Polish, Wheel of Fortune. Do you think that Wheel of Fortune is your final answer?
Wheel of Fortune could be my final answer, because it could be on the 330.
Wrong, Mr. Polish. Wrong. Mr. Polish, Wheel of Fortune is not on the 330. The 330, Mr. Triad, not Wheel of Fortune.
Mr. Triad, like Triada Institute.
Holy Hot Springs, Arkansas. Mr. Polish, the 330, try again. And now, Mr. Pinwheel. Danger Will Robinson, danger. Mr. Polish, Danger Will Robinson is not your final answer.
Destroy Robinson family. Destroy.
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you put Leilani Jones Wilmore on the 330 with Wheel of Fortune and Danger Will Robinson, danger.
Is Leilani Jones Wilmore your final answer?
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, this slide reads, Pinwheel of Fortune. Mr. Pinwheel, Pinwheel of Fortune is a variation of the game show Wheel of Fortune, but you have to spin the wheel on a stick, also known as the pinwheel. Spin the pinwheel and you'll win $1 million. Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, not Pinwheel of Fortune. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you appear on my screen. I will take you back to CVS, home of The Price is Right. And Mr. Pinwheel, Pinwheel is not your final answer. Now, Mr. Polish, this next slide reads Satisfaction Guaranteed.
Satisfaction Guaranteed is like at a retail store like Lowe's and Home Depot.
The 330, Mr. Polish, is not at Lowe's or Home Depot. The 330 is on Oklahoma's News Channel 8. The 330, Mr. Pinwheel, not Satisfaction Guaranteed. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you put WV.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily, and I will be your host today.
Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, and get rid of WV. And hi everyone, I'm Emily. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, Satisfaction Guaranteed is your final answer.
Mr. Boone, if Miles Neff and Mr. Pinwheel were here to see this, Miles Neff would send us and Mr. Pinwheel to his office.
That would be my final answer, but Satisfaction Guaranteed is not your final answer. Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, not Satisfaction Guaranteed. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you are gonna bring in the American Meteorological Society for all this. Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, and get rid of the American Meteorological Society.
Mr. Boone, if I were you, I was to get rid of the AMS and the word meteorological above it, then circle final answer, and finally, put the P in place of the M, and the word pinwheel in place of meteorological, to form APS, American Pinwheel Society. Would be founded by Mr. Pinwheel of CVS.
And now, Mr. Polish, what are you trying to do? Build the American Pinwheel Society? That's impossible. And now, Mr. Pinwheel is back on my screen. I'm calling on Miles Neff this instant. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, that broken AMS seal of approval is your final answer.
And it sure beats The Price is Right, even though it is your final answer instead of the broken AMS seal of approval.
Pinwheel, 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 pinwheel. Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, or else I'm calling on Miles Neff, even though he is not at Deluxe. Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, if you don't get the 330 at the end of the day, I will call on Miles Neff. And that would be my final answer.
American Pinwheel Society.
Mr. Pinwheel, there's really not an American Pinwheel Society on the 330. Mr. Pinwheel, get rid of that, and it has to be the 330. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, Barney Miller, why is Barney Miller on the 330?
Is Barney Miller related to Roger Miller?
No, Mr. Pinwheel, Barney Miller, and why do you have Roger Miller on there, and they're not? Your final answer, the 330, now. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you've added Donald Trump to this slide, now being modified, Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, not Donald Trump. Mr. Pinwheel, what did I tell you? You can't be on screen when you're supposed to be at CVS. And now it reads, Television 2. You goofy maniac. Mr. Pinwheel, you goofy maniac. Didn't I tell you not to come on screen again, Mr. Pinwheel? I'm gonna call on Officer Danny Green and Miles Neff if you make another appearance again.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily, and I will be your host today.
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, Emily the host has reappeared again. Holy Throwback Thursday. Mr. Pinwheel, you get yourself and Emily off my screen and the 330, not television code. And now, Mr. Big Stuff, this slide now reads, Capital 1. Mr. Pinwheel, the 330, not Capital 1, or I will call on Miles Neff.
Now wait just a minute. If I were you, I would make Capital 1 your
final answer. Final answer, Mr. Polish, because it is making too much money on the 330, but it is not. Wait until Wells Fargo sees all of this. Mr. Pinwheel, Capital 1 is not your final answer. The 330, not Capital 1. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you put Miles Neff on there, because he is your final answer.
Mr. Pinwheel would be my second final answer, because he coincidentally showed up at Disney on Ice Crescent Stair to Dream.
That's it, Mr. Pinwheel. I am getting ready to call on Miles Neff. This is footage from last night's game between the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and the VOK Tower. Matt Myers is in the gun with 3 wide receivers. Myers to pass, throws over to the left and it's picked off. Picked off by Mr. Pinwheel. Tackled at the 41. Freeze at our score here at Expo Stadium. I formation here for the offensive unit. Starsky to pass and it is picked off. Prince Phillips got it. And now, Prince Phillips at the 40, the 30, and now he's gonna be taken down at the 27. The OK Tower will start at enemy territory inside the red zone. Their team is down by a field goal and has only 1 timeout left. What can they do to stop the run this timeout? The OK in the I formation looking for a nice run right here. Here's the toss to the right. And look at him go. Chris Nichols inside the 10, and Chris Nichols gonna get it in for his first touchdown tonight. Touchdown. The OK. Mr. Pinwheel, what have I told you? The 330, not football. Mr. Pinwheel, where'd you go? Mr. Pinwheel, get back here. Mr. Pinwheel, Mr. Pinwheel, Mr. Pinwheel. Oh, Mr. Pinwheel, I don't know where he went. TV announcer, do you know where Mr. Pinwheel went? Because I was trying to find him just now, and now he is gone. Mr. Pinwheel, and now they line up for the extra point, which will give them the lead. And he got it. So now, the OK is up 7-3. The OK is lined up for the kickoff. Mr. Pinwheel. TV announcer or the public address announcer. Have you guys ever seen a colorful pinwheel? His name is Mr. Pinwheel. Mr. Pinwheel, you at Disney on Ice Presents Dare to Dream. Mr. Pinwheel, you need to get back to the game and not stay at Disney on Ice Presents Dare to Dream. Mr. Pinwheel, what have I told you about running away from me when you're supposed to be with me at the game? Mr. Pinwheel, you are excluded from Disney on Ice Presents Dare to Dream. Mr. Pinwheel. Mr. Pinwheel, do not ever run away from me like that. Mr. Pinwheel, I'm gonna have to send you to Miles Neff if you do not get the 330. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, it's William Smalley.
I know, it's just me. 6 years later, you might wonder what it's like at Disney on Ice Presents Dare to Dream.
Now that's my line.
And you thought that Dare to Dream isn't your final answer. But it is. Clint Boone, Dare to Dream is your final answer.
William Smalley, final answer, final answer, final answer, final answer. And now, Mr. Pinwheel is at the Expo Square Pavilion.
Well, he must be from CVS then.
The 330 is your final answer. William Smalley, the 330. I got the 330. Emily was right. William Smalley, the 330. Final answer. But Mr. Pinwheel is not. Don't tell me, William Smalley, if Mr. Pinwheel got into the Expo Square Pavilion. William Smalley, you best not be kidding me this time, because the 330 is not your final answer, and not Mr. Pinwheel. William, the 330. Final answer. We're back again next week. Until then, for Darren Polish and myself, Clint Boone, hope you enjoy making your next set of bloopers. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your second half of Gold Entertainment's Disney on Ice will begin in 3 minutes. Thank you.